Point number one, why I said that there'll be only a slowdown of growth recession, meaning a growth by Q4 below trend for a couple of quarters, and then we're going to recover. Why would avoid a US recession, and why there will not be a surge on inflation? Now, if that tariff announced that were over 30% were to be implemented, of course, that would have led to a recession and to a surge in inflation. But then the argument there were three forces that are going to constrain Trump and his more stagflationary policies, both on trade, on migration, and other things. Point number one was market discipline, most important. Secondly was the Fed independence. And three, having economic advisors. And the most important one is market discipline. Guess what? 2 weeks after April 2nd, the NASDAQ was down 20%. The S&P 500 was down 15%. Bond yields for 10-year Treasury went up by 80 basis points. High yield spread went up by 150 basis points. And the dollar started to fall quite sharply. So that was exactly market signaling and saying, reaction, we don't like these tariffs, and punishing the administration. At that point, Scott Bessent goes to Mar-a-Lago and tells the president, listen, I told you in advance that if you escalate so much, the market reaction is going to be terrible. We'll have a recession, inflation, and your MAGA plan is going to be dead on arrival. We're going to even lose the midterm. So what do you want to do? Do you want to double down, or you want to blink and start negotiating trade deals for tariff levels that are lower than 30% average? And guess what? Trump blinked. People say chicken out. Talo, Trump always chickens out. And he gave mandate to Bessent to negotiate tariffs that are much lower. We know that market discipline works in emerging markets. It works even in advanced economy. We saw it in Greece, in Italy, in France. In UK, Liz Truss did not stay in power more than 44 days because she did a fiscal stimulus the market didn't like. Bond is up, the currency down, stock market crashes, and then she had to get out of power. Now, when I was in the White House during the Clinton years, the main political advisor of Bill Clinton was Jim Carville. And Jim Carville famously said one thing: if there is reincarnation, in my next life, I don't want to be reborn as the president of the United States or as a pope, allegedly the two most powerful people in the world. I want to be reborn as the bond market so I can go around and intimidate everybody. Literally, the bond vigilantes are those that impose market discipline. In this case, was the bond vigilantes, the credit vigilantes, and also the stock market vigilantes. And they forced him to blink. Now, 15% average tariffs is not great compared to 3%. I believe that protection is bad. But it's something that's going to lead to a slowdown of US growth, and is leading to a slowdown of US growth, leading to a global slowdown, leading to some uptick in inflation. But I think it's going to be not even a short and shallow recession, just a growth recession, as I predicted, because the market forced him essentially to blink.